Welcome to the Rated G for Gamers podcast, episode 75. I'm your host, Dave Rotino. This is my co-host, Dan, the podcaster formerly known as Classic.
Robinson.
How did I forget that? Oh my god.
How did you forget my last name?
I had a little bit of a brain fart. I'm sorry.
You know why? Because it's episode 75. You're a senior citizen. You have Alzheimer's.
You mean the podcast has Alzheimer's?
You have Alzheimer's. Well, you are. Well, you know what? We're close to your age in podcast numbers. So.
I love how it fluctuates every episode.
I mean, you were alive when the Atari was in its heyday. Were you not?
You were also.
I was just being born when it was being phased out.
It was still high on the horse.
And the Apple II came out.
And the Apple II, yeah. Did you own an Apple II growing up?
I did not own an Apple. I did not. No, same. I owned my first computer was in 1989 or 88. It's one of those. It was the late 80s.
1988 PC, IBM PC compatible.
It was a Leading Edge. Never forget the name. It was a Leading Edge, and
that was the name of the manufacturer.
That was the name that was on the monitor.
Wow,
so,
Leading Edge.
It was Leading Edge, and it was the name that was on the monitor. So I always called it. It was the leading edge computer.
You had a leading edge computer, right?
And I've may have told the story on the show before, but they wouldn't let you leave the store without showing you how to use it.
Well, of course, yeah. That's
just buy a computer.
That's just good service right there, you know. Like here's how you turn it on. Here's how you boot up programs. Sure. Very, very, very Apple-esque.
Comp USA.
Mm-hmm. R.I.P. Comp USA.
I think it was Comp USA.
From a simpler time.
Simpler time. I don't remember if it was Comp USA or not, but I'm going to assume it was because I think it was a Comp USA because that location in the mall over here where I'm from, that location turned into an EB Games. I know we bought games from there. I was like, oh, this is where we bought our computer. I was like, nope, not the same store.
That's a small Comp USA then, let me tell you.
No. Well, yeah. It wasn't like a Comp USA like in the city where you think of like a huge like different floors. No, it was just like it was in a mall.
Yeah.
It was in a mall.
It's small.
It was like the size. It was the size of GameStop.
Wow. Okay.
So I just remember you couldn't. My mom and my father was like sitting down learning how to use the computer, and I was just running around because it was right next to the lunch, sort of like the lunch area. Mm-hmm. I'll never forget that. So Leading Edge. Wow, I wonder what happened to that company.
Well, it's probably bankrupt now. Let me tell you.
Probably.
Or it got swallowed up by Compaq or HP or whoever's still kicking around.
So anyway, as we always try to start the show, Dave, what are you playing?
Okay, before I get into my stuff that I've been playing, we want to call out. We are recording on Memorial Day. I just want to wish Happy Memorial Day to everybody enjoying the day off. Little salute to the troops.
And salute to me because it's my birthday. Happy
birthday, Mr. Robinson. Happy birthday.
Well, it's the first time you got my name right today.
How old are you? 42?
Whoa.
51? 51? Is it 51? How old?
Whoa, stop trying to act like we're the same age.
How old?
Older than me.
How old? Okay. How old? Fill me in.
I'm a millennial.
Fill the fans in.
I just turned 22. Okay, I'm a millennial.
You just turned 22.
Turned 22.
22 plus a few.
So like 22 plus 2. There we go.
If you have to make someone do math, you're just trying to hide how old you are. That's what I said.
I would fail my math test.
Yeah.
Listen, man. The only thing that matters is I can smoke, I can drink, and I can travel.
All
right.
It's important.
Well, you know what?
And you can buy M-rated video games too. To tie it all back to the show.
That's the only thing that matters. But as soon as there's a war breakout and there's a draft, I am too old to be drafted.
Same.
Old to be drafted.
Same. We covered.
So, anyway, let's get back on track. Mr. Martino, what have you been playing?
Oh, so I've been dipping in the past a little bit, back in the backlog, and I resurrected because we were all kind of talking last weekend about Alien and the new Alien Covenant movie, which I did see, and I'll get my thoughts in a little bit. It was a great. I enjoyed it. I would recommend anyone to go see it.
Was it
Um,
was it confusing? Like Prometheus was confusing?
it was not that confusing. And they did tie it into Prometheus, so they kind of tied up some of the questions that people had about the end of Prometheus, which is kind of neat. I was curious how they were going to do that. Yeah, yeah, I would say better than Prometheus. Did not leave many questions, and I thought the ending was pretty good. Special effects were on point. So,
Well, I thought this was like supposed to be Prometheus 2,
mm-hmm.
right? And Prometheus sort of left like a bad taste in people's mouth, so that's why they changed it back to Alien.
Yeah, yeah,
Another
yeah.
Alien.
It was a little bit weird. It was a little bit weird, but good movie. So I picked up Alien Isolation again, which is a fantastic entry into the Alien series as a
Whatever.
game. I would say
What?
probably the best Aliens game.
What?
Yes.
No,
It's
no.
fantastic, man. Look, just because you're scared of the alien, you don't want to run around the ship alone.
Ryan
That's
McCaffrey
fine.
gave it a 6, okay, in IGN. He gave it a 6.
Because he doesn't like you probably doesn't like those style of games, and
And you
or
know what?
he was
You
very
know what?
scared.
You know what game got better than a 6?
What's that?
The Order 1886.
No, it got.
You got a 6.5.
Are you kidding me?
You got a 6.5.
Oh
So
my god!
that means the Order 1886 is better than this game
Quantifiably, yeah.
that-
Apparently,
that Dave calls fantastic. So that means
apparently.
the game that Dave has to play is the Order 1886, the best game in the last 2 years.
It's going to be our nominee for Game of the Year 2017. So there you go. So okay. So a couple of things out of this. I love this game. I like good games. Dan is very scared, as we've seen. He will not play Resident Evil 7. He will not play Alien Isolation, and he loved the Order 1886. Those are the three main takeaways. from this.
I played Resident Evil 7. It's just
You played it for like 5 minutes and then put the controller down.
I played it for an hour. Ish.
I don't think that's worth $60, but that's just me.
It's in the backlog.
Okay.
You know?
Just because you'll say you'll get to it eventually.
I'll get to it eventually.
That's such a cop out.
I'll get to it eventually.
But anyway, so I'm playing that. Playing Geometry Wars 3 because I picked it up a little bit ago, and I might as well make good on the purchase. So that's fun. That's a game you can just kind of pick up and play. If you need a cheap game under $20, probably get it for like $10 now even. It's a great little twin stick shooter with a ton of different modes. It's actually got a story mode in there, kind of like an adventure mode for a shooter. That's kind of interesting.
But didn't we play that like last week?
We did. Yeah, we were doing the 2 player mode.
Geometry Wars. I've never played Geometry Wars, and we did pretty good until we got sort of like in the middle of the game.
Yeah, it was fun though, right?
It was okay. I'm probably not going to pick it up. Wait, but you got the physical or digital? Because I think that was a digital version.
No. I have the physical. Yeah, I have the physical.
I don't think that's the game that I would like seek out. I mean, if I see it, I'll buy it, but I'm not going to like seek that type of game out. I mean, to me, it was like Resogun stuck in a box.
Right. Yeah. It was like that.
So.
And then the final game, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, obviously, that's still going strong. So.
Yeah, you just can't put that down. Which neither can I, because I was playing that as well.
Yeah, it's good. So that's what I've been playing.
So look, I've been playing a lot. I was in a funk for a few months, honestly, where I wasn't playing a lot of games. Or I was just playing Zelda, or I was just playing, like Mario Kart. But I've been playing a lot of games, a lot. Like I just. As I will get back to and pick up again Resident Evil 7 eventually, I got back to Horizon Zero Dawn.
Hey, fantastic. Clap.
Got past the tutorial mode finally. Now I'm an adult, because you play as Aloy as a little girl. That was sort of like the tutorial. Now I'm like sort of on my own as an adult, going around exploring the world, killing robot dinosaurs.
Nice.
So I haven't played a lot of it, but I picked that back up recently. So, in one of my pickups, which we'll talk about in a little bit, I got that Superboy S. Got it for a good price. It was on sale for like $88 on Amazon.
Not bad. No, this is the portable Super Nintendo system, right, with an actual cartridge slot.
Yes, by Hyper. Was it Hyperkin?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, yeah, the same people who made the Retron 5.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it's like the
And
portable,
the original Superboy.
an original Superboy. It's pretty much like handheld Super Nintendo. So I had to play some Super Nintendo games. I played the original. I played the original Spawn for SNES. Never played.
Classic. Mm-hmm.
Uh, Not bad. I will say, if you weren't into Spawn the comics, the game is confusing. You have no idea what you're doing as far as the story mode goes.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing Contra 3, which is hard
Classic.
as balls. That game
Yeah,
is
yeah.
super hard. And played played The Legend of Mystical Ninja for a little bit.
Also good.
Because that was one of the, I think I picked that up like a few months ago,
Yeah.
and played a horrible game which I will never recommend anyone play, in The Last Action Hero.
What? Wow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Were you surprised by the fact that a video game based off a movie where Arnold Schwarzenegger plays an actor who jumps out of a movie screen? You
First of
you
all, first of all,
you were surprised that that was a bad game?
first of all, loved the movie as a kid. Loved the movie. Thought the movie
Of
was
course.
great.
Of
as a
course
kid.
you did. Of course.
Well, I was a kid. Unlike you were like in college, so of course you were more
That
sophisticated.
movie is quantifiably bad, and you were
It
old
was.
enough to know better.
I
I'm
was
sorry.
not old enough to that. I thought that movie was great. I was
Oh
like, I
boy.
love this movie.
Uh-huh.
The game sucks. it's,
Yeah.
it's it's repetitive.
Yeah.
It's the same boss battles. I mean, listen, man. I have a Shake Shack bet that no one can get past the first level in like 20 minutes.
I have some YouTube channels that would probably prove you wrong.
Well, if you've played it for the first time, put it that way. If you played it a million times, then yeah.
Mhm.
If you play it for the first time, I got like a Shake Shack bet that you can't get past first level in 20 minutes. The game is just stupid annoying for no reason. And honestly, doesn't even look like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Well, that's not surprising.
Anyway, I've been playing that. Like I said, I've been playing Mario Kart 8 Deluxe on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
I just got Ultra Super Street Fighter for the Switch.
Ultra Street Fighter 2.
The Final Challengers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's a tongue twister. Say that 10 times fast. Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. Super Ultra Street Fighter 2, the Final Challengers. And I picked that up.
Close. Mm-hmm.
That came. I beat the story mode, arcade mode, in the new skin, and I beat it in the old. The retro skin?
Mm-hmm.
So I beat that. I actually, played Mega Man Powered Up on the PSP.
Oh yeah, that was the remake of the original. Good game.
If you if you've been looking at our Instagram, you see I've posted a lot of PSP pics recently.
Mm-hmm.
So I started playing that, beat that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I picked up again Uncharted Golden Abyss for the Vita. I played that over. I beat that long when it first came out back in, I think, like 2012, 2011.
Mm-hmm.
So I beat that again recently. Yep, it's more. I'm still playing more. Also on the PSP, I have the SNK Classics Volume 1, which is weird because they never came out with Volume 2.
Yeah.
I played Shock Troopers because I saw Metal Jesus and Reggie play Shock Troopers.
Right. You can pick that up in the Switch store now if you own a Nintendo Switch.
You can.
It's a great game.
But I already had it for the PSP. Played that, beat that.
Mm-hmm.
What I did play for the Switch is Neo Geo Blazing Star. It's a shmup game that was, an arcade game. What I love about those SNK Neo Geo games,
mm-hmm.
because it was all arcade classics,
right?
That they're like so bad. I mean, not so bad. They're like so tough to beat, where you die and you just come back because they it's an arcade game. They want quarters. They want you to keep putting quarters in.
Sure.
So I toughed it through. Finally beat it. I beat that. I bought that for the Switch. Started playing again. I sort of looked at all I was cleaning out my hard drive on my PS4.
Mm-hmm.
PT still there. Didn't delete that by accident. Thank God. I started playing Counter Spy on a PS4.
I don't know it.
That was sort of like a good. It was like a good game when PS4 first came out and had cross play with Vita.
Uh-huh.
I sort of like. It's sort of it fell out of favor. I remember why I stopped playing it after a while. I must have put like
A
8
mediocre
hours.
game is what you're saying.
I mean, it's a good game. It's a good game. I just didn't have the patience for it. And then I started playing, which I really didn't have patience for. Everyone's Gone to the Rapture.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Yeah, this is it's an interesting game. Do you want to explain the plot for everybody?
I don't even know the plot, honestly. I had it free with PS Plus,
Mm-hmm.
so I downloaded it.
Yeah.
I played like the first 5 minutes, and I said I'll get back into it,
It's
and
an
never did.
interesting experimental game. I think the whole premise is everyone's gone to the rapture, and you kind of have to figure out why. So you kind of run around, and
You run around.
The story and unravels as you pick up clues, right?
Well, it's not even you pick up clues. It's like you see these just floating spirit balls, and you go, and it's like a conversation between two people,
Right.
and you sort of the whole game is just listening to people's conversations, and turning on the radio, listening for clues, and you're going. You're just in an empty world,
Right.
and you have to explore, and you hear people, just something's coming, right? There's something imminent, and they're like panicking and trying to get away, and they can't leave, and you're trying to figure out what happened.
Oh, cool.
So
Cool.
I played like an hour before I got a little bored,
Mhm.
because I literally I was playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and then I started playing that, and I was like, maybe I should have did it the other way around.
Right.
I was a little bored.
You got to play the warm-up game first, and then play the AAA title.
Yeah, but I definitely will get back to it. I probably will get back because I want to beat it and get it over with.
Right.
Honestly,
Right.
I
I think it's a pretty quick game, honestly. You can probably get through it in one or two more sit downs.
I heard he got great reviews. I didn't really know much about the game when it first came out. I didn't really listen to this game. I didn't really listen to the commentary on the game or anything like that. So I went in not knowing much about it, other than people raved about it. I don't know, a couple of years ago.
Right.
So,
I got a little quick question for you, because you said you picked up the ACA Neo Geo Blazing Star on the Switch, right?
yes,
That game's
$7.99.
like $8, right? $8 in the store.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, I guess the answer is yes, but do you feel that price point is too high?
Oh, too
For the
high?
Neo Geo games.
The Neo Geo games are like $7.99.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is on the SNK Classics Volume 1, because I know the Shock Troopers were, or Shock Troopers is. $7.99 is a great. I think it's okay. I mean, it could be $5. I tell you.
That $5 I think is the right price point for those games. I mean, granted, you can't really get them anywhere else. You can kind of get some of them on the compilation discs, like you have. But not everybody has a PSP kicking around anymore, so technically this is the only way to play them. But I still feel it's a little high.
I don't know if you can get that SNK. I don't. Yeah, you know what? I don't think you can get that SNK compilation like on a virtual console or an Xbox Live or anything. I don't even know if they offer it. I know all of these games that are on the Switch are out on Xbox and I think on PlayStation too, because I know I saw it when I was going through. I was looking for the game Perception. I didn't know when it was coming out. It's coming out this week, actually.
Oh, hey, look at that.
We talked about it 2 years ago on the show, actually.
We did. Yeah, we got to play it in person at Penny Arcade.
I know, and spoilers. People think it's a bad game.
That was my impression. I didn't think there was enough meat on the bone.
5 on IGN.
Yeah.
Just they called it bad. I thought it was okay. I thought it was different, but whatever. I was looking for that game because I didn't know when it came out, and I saw all these SNK games. I was like, oh, you can get them on Xbox too. I thought they were just on the Switch, but I guess you can get them on Xbox, and I would assume you get them on PlayStation too. $7, maybe $2. Well, $7.99, I should say, is $8.
Yeah, $8. Yeah.
$3 maybe too much. I would probably buy more if they were $5. I would say that.
Of course. I would actually buy them if they were only $5. $8 just seems a little bit too high for me.
It is a little too high. I give you that. It's a little too high. But you know what? You know what price point isn't too high?
What's that?
Going to Salvation Army, getting games for like $3, $4.
Oh, it's beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, looks like we're transitioning into our pickups of the week. I'm going to let you start. I'm going to let you start because you had a good week.
I had a pretty good week, and you can check all of this out on Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
on IG, Rated G for Gamers.
Mm-hmm.
I already said I picked up the Superboy S. No, I didn't get from Salvation Army. I wish, because they would probably only charge me $8 for
Yeah,
it.
right. All right. What is this
Uh,
old technology?
so I did pick up a new game, The Surge, which
Mm.
I heard got really good reviews. I got that for my Xbox One. Haven't opened it yet. It's in the backlog, but I will play it. I will play it sooner than later, actually. I'll probably crack it open before E3.
Mm-hmm.
I picked up Rainbow Six Siege, Rainbow Six Siege
Mm-hmm.
for the Xbox One. I was actually got that for a great price. It was on sale for like $20. It's a multiplayer only game, really. It's the only reason why I never bought it.
Mm.
I had to pick up again Ghostbusters for the Genesis because, okay, so as a side note, I order from Lukey Games all the time. Love that.
Shout out to Wiki Games.
Love that store. They actually, we were featured on their Friday Instagram post.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Week ago.
With your free Earthbound pickup.
Yeah. So I ordered from JJ Games as well.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great deal for Ghostbusters on JJ Games, and I ordered that before Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was released, and I still haven't gotten it yet. So
right. It is in mail limbo.
It is
out there.
because they said they shipped it, and if you check the tracking on the USPS, it says it wasn't delivered, so it got lost. So they kept asking me if I wanted a refund. I was like, no, I want the game. That was a great price.
Yeah. I paid for it. Where is it?
So finally, I had to get a refund, and I found it on eBay for a pretty good price. Actually, it was a better price than eBay, so it kind of worked out better for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I picked that up. You said Alien. What was it? Alien Isolation is the best Aliens game?
No. Yeah, it is.
No, I got recently the best Alien game, Alien versus Predator for the Jaguar, and I picked up the SNES version.
AVP is it's a very cool game.
It's the best Alien game out there.
I mean, it's.
You're right. You know what? You're right. It's not the best because it's AVP or Alien Covenant. Or no. What was it called? Was it Covenant? It was Alien Colony. What was it? What was that?
Colonial Marines.
Colonial Marines. There we go.
Oh,
yeah, that game was awesome. You crazy, man. That was the best Alien game, hands down. AVP is the second best. So that just proves that Alien Isolation isn't the best. It's definitely
because you said so.
Yeah,
Jesus.
That's
you
how it
sound
works.
like a wrestler on the mic.
Yeah, that's how it works. I cut my promos like The Rock.
Oh my god.
I'm talking third person. Dan says
you sound like a man. You sound like a man scared. You're daunted. You can't face the alien.
Whatever. I challenge you to AVP. The AVP on Saturn.
I'll rock that game, man.
Whatever.
One life.
Whatever.
One life.
Anyway, I actually found Swamp Thing at for the Game Boy at Salvation Army.
You excited about that? Swamp
I am.
Thing for the Game Boy?
It was piss yellow, and I got it for $2.
Well, I hope you cleaned it off.
I definitely I cleaned it.
Yeah, you scrubbed it down. Nice.
It's still piss yellow. It will always be piss yellow.
You kind of have to. I think that's the one thing that me and you do consistently.
Anytime you get anything from Salvation Army, you have to clean off because
of course, open it up, see what's on the inside, clean out the inside, clean out the front, wipe it down, make it look pretty, disinfect.
Well, I'll give you a little collector's tip for you new collectors out there and old collectors. Whenever you go to Salvation Army and Goodwill, first you should always check it, open the box, make sure it has a game in it.
Yep.
Okay. If it doesn't have a game in it, you can just get the box and the manual for free because they'll just throw it out. If you tell them there's no game in it, they will throw it out. So you just take it for free.
Well, you want to ask them. You don't just want to walk out the store.
Well,
no game. It's fine. It's good.
No. You don't walk out the store. But
you take it to the counter and go, look. There's no game in here. Can I have this?
No. I said you bring it to the attention. It has no game because they're going to throw it out.
Yeah.
And then you just you tell them, no, don't throw it out. I'll take it. Take it. And they don't care. They just want to get rid of it, right? Someone donated it, right? So,
of course.
And then you could just buy the game separately. You could probably get it cheaper that way. Now you have a full set, and that's usually what I do when I go out there. I found, actually, funny enough, and usually a lot. Well, another side note, you always find like a lot of the same games.
Oh yeah.
So I found. Well, I mean, what I mean by that, I mean like a series. So I found recently Fear 2 and Fear 3
Hmm.
for Xbox 360. So I went out and bought Fear 1. Now I have the trilogy.
Nice. Nice. There is another Fear game though, I believe.
There's a Fear on PC. There's a
Well,
Fear game on PC.
yeah, and they are
I
the
have
same.
that game too.
There's because they made Fear, and then I think somebody else picked up the license or the franchise. So there's another game between Fear and Fear 2.
Really?
Which
I didn't know that.
I believe so. I'm kind of getting the history a little bit confused, but I believe there was a Fear game. There was another Fear game.
Fear Files.
Fear 5. Yeah, I think that's it. It was weird because it was picked up by somebody else. They took it in a slightly different direction. But yeah,
Well, I'm looking at Luki games right now, and the only other Fear I see is Fear Files
yeah.
for Xbox 360, which
Right.
I will pick up now to have the complete Fear set.
You're welcome.
Well, thank you. And I also picked up. I found, and as another tip for you collectors, always check the CDs. Always check CDs because
Yep.
they don't know the difference between a CD and like the old game, the old style games, like when they came in the same jewel cases as CDs.
Sure,
like
you'll find it. You'll find
Genesis.
You'll
I mean,
find
not Genesis. Sega Dreamcast.
right. You'll find some Dreamcast. PlayStation 1 notorious for being mixed in.
Yeah,
You know.
I found Dead or Alive 1.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's
That was
classic
an awesome
right there.
pickup.
I found a copy of Waterworld for the PC.
Wow.
For $2, and my God, the movie is bad. I looked at the game in the back of the box. It's a real-time strategy game. Those graphics look
Real-time
incredibly bad.
strategy Waterworld game?
Yeah, which like I can kind of see, but it does not look good.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. And just to finish, my week, I picked up Platoon for NES, and I actually found Batman Beyond for the N64.
Oh boy.
So, that was the Batman Beyond, right? You didn't like Batman Beyond?
The TV show is okay. The game's a little.
Well,
okay.
a lot of the games on N64 were,
Right. Sure.
that era. So, all right. So, what did you get? What did you pick up?
I got a couple of pickups. A lot of PS2, PS3, only PS2, PS3. Besides the Waterworld, the aforementioned Waterworld, which I went to a new Salvation Army for, and they were hard nosed about their games.
What do you mean?
As in, like, I brought up a stack of games. They said they didn't have any games. I said, all right, I'm gonna look anyway.
Well, they don't know.
I know. They're like, oh yeah, we get in games sometimes.
Yeah, just
So
as
I
a
went-
side note, they never know what
No.
games are unless it's like blatant old Nintendo cartridges.
Yeah. And I went like digging in the crates, and I found the Waterworld, and I found like I think a Need for Speed for PlayStation 1, a bunch of PlayStation 1 games. There were a lot of empty case games, just like no like game inside and whatnot. And I brought the 4 games up, and they wanted like $10 for the 4 games. I'm like, well, all these cases are cracked more or less. They're not in great condition, and you were never going to sell these games. Like I was thinking like $1 a pop, and they wanted at least $2 to $3 per game, at least.
Yeah, you're never gonna get $1. It's Salvation Army, dude. Come
Yeah,
on.
but I mean, the games aren't going to move. They didn't even know they were back there.
Well, it doesn't matter. They're never gonna give it to you for $1.
I know.
Like
I know.
at least until you build like a relation. Unless you got to build a relationship, you can't haggle really at the Salvation Army.
Nah.
That's not a place where you haggle.
Especially this one. This lady was taking a hard line, so I'm like, all right, I'll take the Waterworld, and that's it. The other games you can put back. So I took the Waterworld for $2.
A regular thrift store you can haggle, but not like Salvation Army or the Goodwill, or like definitely like a Goodwill you can't haggle. That's they give set prices for a reason, and they don't care about the value of the thing. Every movie is $5, right? It's either going to be $3 or $5.
Sure.
That's just what it is.
I mean, you're right, but then you talk about the rapport thing, and the Salvation Army I normally go to, I have a much better rapport with those people because I go in there all the time, at least like once every 2 weeks or whatever, just to see what's up. So they're a little bit more lenient on the price, like $1 or $2 off the whole the whole shebang. So
Okay. So all right, so that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say a good week. Good week for pickups, a good week for game progress.
Well, you see, I played a lot of games this week.
Yes. You definitely get the gold star for video gaming.
I beat a lot of games this week. I put a lot. I was in a funk for a while. I was where I was sort of burnt out, and then I just came back. Well, you know what? What I'm actually playing now too is I forgot to tell you, Injustice: Gods Among Us for PS Vita. Since I beat
the OG one.
I did. Yeah, I beat the second one that just came out, and I was a little bit lost in the story,
right?
Because it continues from Injustice 1, Gods Among Us. So I said, let's work backwards. Let's do the prequel.
Surprisingly to me that you've never played the original.
I've always had it. I had it for my Vita, and I just never had the time or the urge to just pop it open.
Right.
But since I beat part 2, and it was a continuation of the story, I was like, you know what? Let me go pop up let me go pop open the first one, and it'll be like a prequel story to me because I already know what's going to happen.
Nice.
So, all right, let's take a break. When we come back, we'll get into all the news that's happening this week, and then we'll get into our Convo of the Week, which are our E3 predictions. All right, and we're back. Let's get in. Before we get into the news, I've been playing Street Fighter, and I beat it twice. Like, beat it the same day, beat it twice.
Ultra Street Fighter 2, the final challengers.
The final challengers. I beat it with Evil Ryu and Violent Ken, which are still weird names. I wanted to do a little mini review roundup of it. Because we don't really have any games to do a review roundup on, so I thought this one would be a pretty good game because it's the same game essentially, just on the Switch, and it's not really getting it's not getting good reviews. It's a Metacritic score of 67. I mean, Polygon gave it a 60, Destructoid gave it a 70, Game Informer gave it a 70, Forbes, which didn't know,
Forbes getting into the game review,
gave it a 70. US Gamer gave it a 60. Level Up gave it its high score that I found, 72.
Now, I'm actually curious your thoughts, and I'm curious why they're dogging it so much, because I'm sure the gameplay is on point, right? I mean, it's just the same as it was, 20 years ago when Street Fighter 2 was popular. They have the better graphics in there and like a new mode or two.
Well, listen, everybody, raves about it's just Street Fighter 2. Like everyone raves about the actual gameplay because it's the same gameplay as it was 24 years ago. But that's what people rave about. Is what people don't like about it. They want something new. It's the same game. It's just the same game, full retail price, same game. It's like $50.
It's only $40 to their credit.
Oh, $39.99? Oh, okay.
I believe so. In the store, it's only $40 at least to buy it in the eShop.
It's the same game essentially. You could change the art style to old and new, but it's the same thing as I remember playing 24 years ago.
Right. So there's just not enough new.
It's not enough new.
Charging for it.
I would say the one new feature that I like is that me and you can play the arcade mode. Like we can go through challenger after challenger together. Yeah. But we share the same life bar. So
interesting.
The mode that sucks, which is totally, I could see this. I could see it being on a Wii. Is a Hadouken mode, where you take the Joy-Cons and you try to do a Hadouken, right? Because
this is that like kind of first-person mode. People coming at you and you throw out the fireballs.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Okay,
and it's not even. I mean, the concept I think is stupid, but it's so hard to even do a Hadouken. It's like, come on. You can't even do it. Like, this is stupid. Like, I did it like 20 times, and I'm like, come on. I think I had it right that time. This is too hard. Like, to be so stupid and be hard, they had the nerve to be hard. It insults my intelligence.
Yeah.
So I think that if they never had that if they never even put that mode in, this game probably would got slightly higher scores. But that mode alone sucks. And they took
see
out
what
some
happens when they
things.
try and do something new?
And they took out some things. They took out you don't like get to beat up the car or kick
They
the
don't have the bonus.
barrels.
They don't have the bonus stages anymore.
They don't have the bonus stages.
Oh, what
And
are they doing? What are you doing, Capcom?
and you don't have when you fly to the different countries. Japan. You don't have that guy.
Oh,
It's a whole new guy.
the little announcer guy. Come on.
It's a new announcer. It's a new announcer.
Uh,
Thailand. I love that guy. Japan.
yeah,
I love that.
He was great. USA.
Yeah, but when you go into the settings, you
That's
can change you could change like the old voices, new voices sort of. So I thought that meant announcers too, and it was like the same announcer.
Weak.
It's just the old, Hadouken and just that old talk.
Sure. Yeah, the
In-game talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought I was like, oh come on, I want to hear him say Japan. I want to hear him say that. So I wanted to get that out the way because I really wanted to talk about it, but we got talking about our pickups and stuff, so I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into the news. So something that I kind of thought would happen, that everyone thought would happen actually. Red Dead Redemption 2 delayed until spring 2018.
Oh boy.
So it had a release date of the fall 2017. Everyone thought this was going to be like the mega game for
2017
for 2017 for the holiday season. But apparently they need some extra time to ensure that they can deliver the best experience possible for fans. Blah blah blah. As everyone always does when they delay a game.
Sure.
So we won't. This is going to be hush hush. I don't think we'll hear anything in E3. They said that they promised that we'll get more information during the summer. So summer could be September. Summer ends in mid-September, so it could be in September. We never know. So not surprised, but disappointed.
I mean, they know, like Rockstar has been around. They know that okay, this isn't up to our level. We need to push this game back.
So no, I don't think. I mean, like I said, I'm disappointed, but I don't think anybody was surprised by this.
No, not at all.
All right, so let's get into a game that actually has a release date. We got the beginning of the week, we got a teaser, and then just last Friday we actually got a full trailer for Far Cry 5. It's coming out. So
I am massively hyped for this game. I just want to say.
Really? Were you hyped for Far Cry Primal? Was you hyped for Far Cry and prehistoric Far Cry?
No, I mean, I honestly haven't really been hyped for any other like Far Cry. Far Cry 4 looked pretty cool. I haven't really gotten into any of the Far Cry ones, but this one just like I was like, ooh, like they got the hooks in me. Like I am on this hype train, 100%.
Well, when I first played Far Cry 4, I beat it accidentally.
Oh, you just sat there?
I sat there because I put the controller down to go to the bathroom, and then I came back and it was like the game was over.
roll the credits. It's like, hot damn.
I was like, wow, that was fast. I never beat a game so fast. I'm really good.
Oh, that's funny.
So we originally just got some live action footage opposed to like cutscenes or gameplay, and we got some like screenshots, and then we got the full on trailer on this past Friday.
Yeah.
A little bit of controversy surrounding this game. This game. I don't want to get too much into controversy. I don't know how far you want to get into that part, but
why don't you explain a little bit about the trailer and then why?
Well, first, this is I think this is the first time Far Cry has been in America. It's in it's in Montana, Hope County, Montana. It's in a fictional town called Falls End, Montana, which is actually pretty good because Montana has woods and open mountains, so that's actually
very picturesque. Tons of just nature to run around in.
And you can hunt. I'm sure there's going to be some hunting involved. Stealth mechanics, you can stealth in the woods. Normal Far Cry stuff. So, however, the bad guys in the game are this religious cult. The main bad guy is called Joseph and his family.
Mm-hmm.
They have like a religious cult, and they call it like Eden's Gate. And there's like a cult following. I don't know if he wrote an extra book to the Bible, or he just wrote a whole new Bible altogether, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But they're all pretty much this religious white family,
Mm-hmm.
which is a first. We don't really see a lot of that, where the bad guys like this religious, sort of honestly like a Christian cult, all white group of people. And I gotta say, it's been a controversy because like a lot of people on Twitter are like, well, you know what, I'm Christian, I'm white, and I don't want to play this game. And you know what, that's their right.
That is 100% their right. It is 100% Ubisoft's right to be able to publish a game like this, and it's
something different. People always clamor for something different.
It is 100% something different. I think where the outrage would be warranted, or where people may have a leg to stand on, is how they handle the material at hand, right?
Okay.
Like you can have a ethnic villain. Are you treating him as a stereotype? Is there blatant racism in your villain? Things like that people can kind of get a little bit they can kind of get angry about and go like, well, it's a little bit over the top. It's a little bit too much.
Well, let me just go on what you said. Something you said.
Sure.
Just I just want to know, how can you have sort of like a racist? How can you make someone sort of like a racist villain? Like their portrayal be racist? Like, I'm a black man. Like, it has to be authentic. I'm a black man.
Well, that's
right?
what I mean.
And if I'm you said stereotype and racist. Like, if it's authentic, how is it stereotype or racist? Like, okay, so like, say I'm the bad guy, right? I'm a black man, right? And you portray me eating dinner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would be, I sort of would be eating some chicken, maybe. You know what I mean? How is that racist? I mean, how is that stereotype? That's sort of authentic.
If they had like,
if I was eating quiche, it wouldn't be authentic.
If they had a villain like let's take like the 1930s or 40s or whatever, right? They had a villain, whatever his name is. They call him a Chinaman. He's got the very thin, slanty eyes, the big buck teeth. That's a little over the edge.
Okay, well that's
I'm talking about that level of
gotcha.
That level of racism. Because you can just as easily. You can take somebody and call him a villain, and you can push that out as far as you want to push that out, but they may take it a little bit too far. Like I hope, because this is all very, it rings true now, right? It kind of feels very like, oh, this is Trump's America, white power,
inspiration always, art
imitates life.
You know, I mean, they take inspiration from real life.
Sure.
Because then it wouldn't be believable.
Right.
So
yeah, no,
I mean,
this is a very real scenario that, could happen.
The word of Joseph could happen.
I hope because Ubisoft has the potential for like Game of the Year here. Hopefully they handle the source material and the subject matter in a way that's not. Don't pull a Mafia 3. That's what I'm saying. Because Mafia 3 was like.
What was wrong with Mafia 3 though?
Okay.
What was wrong with Mafia 3? Because I thought Mafia 3 had realistic, depiction of how it was to live in that.
Yeah, but
period.
it was very heavy-handed. Like basically, they said, all right, we're gonna take it down to Louisiana in the 1960s,
which was very racist time.
Racism is very high. Go, but everything's like so very over the top and in your face, and it's not very subtle. Like
because
it was just too much.
Because it wasn't subtle in that time period. It's not. I don't think it was too much. I thought it was spot on. I mean,
the reviewers would tend to agree with me. The reviewers would tend to agree.
Well, I saw a bunch of. No, that's actually not true. I don't know if we did a review roundup for this, but I watched almost every review on this game because I had pre-ordered it, and people people thought that the depiction of the racism was on point. You know, like
Yeah.
they people didn't like that game not because of that. people actually thought that was pretty okay, pretty cool, pretty different. There's that word different, and we're in games we're always looking for something different. And that was definitely different. I haven't experienced that in a game, and I thought that was pretty good. It was just I had open world fatigue, to be honest. That's the only reason why I stopped playing that game. And same thing with Watch Dogs 2. I stopped playing because I had open world fatigue. I got tired of open worlds, but now I'm out of my funk. I'm ready to go.
Well, I mean, I'm just looking at it now. Overall Metacritic score 67. So,
of Mafia 3, yeah. I mean,
so it's okay. It's
people.
an okay game.
It's you know what? It must be a great game. You know why? Because it scored higher than the Order 1886.
Oh my god,
6.5.
Well, all right. So I mean, criticism of the way it handled the material aside, Mafia 3 I thought was going to be an epic game, and it turned out to be okay. So, here's hoping that Far Cry 5 is that game of the year.
Well, just to give you a little bit more of the Joseph and his family, the Eden Gate, as they call themselves, spreading the word of Joseph. They pretty much drive around this fictional town of Falls End, trying to convert people to their religion, and they I guess they take the males to try to make them part of their militia and forcibly baptize the women.
Oh boy.
So it's probably going to be an intense game. Now, we don't know anything about the protagonist of the game. But Kotaku reports that you could play as a male or female character. So that's probably why we don't know anything about the protagonist.
Interesting, because I mean, I know they showed in their like video, they had those 3 different vignettes of people kind of like rising up, right?
Well, those are the friendly NPCs.
Oh, okay.
You have your black priest. I forgot his name. You have a black priest who has his sort of hidden gun in his Bible, and he puts on a bulletproof vest.
Awesome.
Then you have this female bartender who, if you freeze frame a clip of the newspaper that they show, I think like they took her family, and like her father committed suicide, so she's making she's using all the bottles of liquor bottles, turning them
Molotov cocktails.
Molotov cocktails. And then you have a third person who I guess he owns like an airplane. He owns like a farming, and he uses the airplane to spread like the pesticides on the crops.
Crop dusting.
Yeah, he puts a machine gun on his plane, and yes, there will be some aerial combat. Apparently, Joseph and the Eden Gates have these like old school World War II airplanes.
Oh, see.
So you will have some aerial combat where I'm assuming that this friendly NPC will be the one driving the airplane, because unless you're a sheriff, you're basically like a deputy that just came to town, and that's all we know about the protagonist. So, not a lot of backstory on that. This game is actually coming out. We thought it was going to come out this fall. This game is actually coming out in spring. Well, not spring. It's actually February 27th of next year.
Well, there you go. Red Dead's going to have some competition.
Well,
or vice versa.
I'm sure Far Cry was like, you know what? Red Dead is coming out in the fall. Why don't we just move our game? We don't want to be a Titanfall 2 or a Tomb Raider, right?
Right. Get lost in the shuffle.
But now Red Dead's coming out in the spring, even though that's going to be after. I think it still has a good enough time.
It's got like a month and a half on it, I think.
It's coming out the end of February, so it has like a good March to still be relevant. You can beat this. You could play this whole game, the entire game in co-op. Nice. So me and you can play. That's pretty cool. They actually, if you freeze frame one of the clips, you have a female and a male character, sort of like in this ATV, and one is driving, one is shooting. So everyone is speculating, could that be like the co-op mode? Like, is that something that we can do?
Oh yeah,
that would be awesome.
I would 100% say I think there's a strong possibility for that.
Um, there's pretty much there's going to be a map editor they announced, but we don't really know. That's sort of an unknown. They haven't really talked about that much, so I don't know what that really means. I know Far Cry 2 had like a map editor that everyone liked, and I don't know if there were any other map editors in other Far Cry games.
I think the original one for Xbox. PC? No, actually on Xbox. They had it was like after Far Cry was already out on the PC, and they made a pretty good map editor for the OG Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have some American muscle cars in the game, which is pretty cool.
Of course.
In one of the trailers, you saw a huge big rig truck look like Optimus Prime. This could be the Far Cry Transformer crossover we've been wanting. Where you can tame a Transformer. You can tame a Transformer like Primal.
How awesome would that be?
That would be awesome. You actually can get guns for hire. Where you can sort of like, I guess, get like people to, recruit people to be on your side.
Sure, you can get like NPC combatants to come with you and whatnot.
Yeah, and then you can get what they're calling fangs for hire.
Fangs?
Fangs? Yeah, fangs for hire.
Interesting.
Where you can, I'm sure it's sort of wolves, coyotes. It's a take on the Far Cry Primal Beast mode mechanic.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
That's a little weird.
Yeah, I wonder how you're going to be able to tame those animals.
You could tame I'm sure it's just pat on the head. I got to suspend my disbelief.
Because that always works in the wild. Come here, bear. Yeah. Come here, bear. I got you.
Come here, cougar. Come here, cougar. Come here.
Yeah, it's easy as that.
Yeah. So, I will say this. This makes room for the game of the year discussion. This makes it a lot easier, I think.
Yeah.
Because I mean, in one of these episodes we're going to come up with our mid-year, and next couple of weeks we'll have our mid-year game of the year discussion. And everyone was like holding out. Red Dead's coming. This can win, right? Or Far Cry could be in discussion. Nope, these games are next year.
Yep.
So, we'll see. All right. Let's get into a game that was actually announced. But we haven't seen anything yet. And this is a game I actually told you that you should try to play.
Yeah, you were definitely big on this. I have my copy. Have not played it yet.
So there's going to be a new Life is Strange. It's been in development since the actual physical release of the original Life is Strange. Remember, it was a download game only, and then they announced a physical release, which I have the limited edition of.
Same.
Publisher Square Enix pretty much said that you won't hear anything at E3. So this is not going to be at E3. This is not going to be one of the surprises, unless they just said that to throw everyone off throw the scent.
They may just be saying that. You don't think there's going to be like some sort of teaser trailer or something for it?
Well, that means it's been in development for at least a year and a half, 2 years, right?
Yeah, how about they not have something ready?
Well, I'm super happy about this because I love the first game. I'm not sure how the second game will be. I mean, I don't want to spoil it for you.
No spoilers. No spoilers. Or also for any of the fans out there who haven't played this game yet, because we've been recommending it for a bit.
Well, you know what? This game has been out for a while.
Sure.
You got to play this game.
Right.
It just, I don't know. They have to have new characters. Like they has to have all new characters. I don't know how they continue it with the same characters. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. So, but I'm super excited about it, and hopefully it's good.
I mean, they certainly could make a brand new game without any of the original characters in the same universe, or a game that shares some of the same themes. Do like my favorite franchise, Final Fantasy, where it's different every game, right? There's some elements and themes and some things that kind of.
There's one character that's in every game.
Well, kind of sure. Like Sid kind of pops up in a lot of games.
Sid's everywhere.
Well, sure. But I mean, he's always a different Sid, though. So,
Psycho Sid is in everything.
I don't know. Psycho Sid,
WWE, baby.
Completely different genre.
Yeah. No, listen. I for all the nerds, if you grew up a nerd, I gotta say, play this game because it took me back. It took me back, even though she's in college. It took me back to high school, in grade school, or growing up a nerd, or just that strange kid that everyone doesn't talk to. even though she was a female, I still I related with the character.
Mm.
So I would say that. I'll keep it at that. Get this game, pick it up. You know what? You know what actually got launched? Or I should say really like a pre-launch recently. Mm-hmm. And maybe I have to check. Maybe the original Life is Strange is on here. Xbox Game Pass launched.
Ooh.
Well, it was sort of a soft launch. If you have Xbox Live,
if you have Xbox, who doesn't?
Who doesn't? Yes. Mm-hmm. If you have Xbox Live, it started May 24th. If you're a Live Gold member, as a thank you to all the Gold members, we had early access and we could start our 14-day trial before anybody else. The actual subscription for everyone else comes up June 1st.
So this is on top of your Xbox Live service.
Yes, it's $10 a month. So it's $120 a year.
Only $10 a month, but you need to have Xbox Live and this.
That's actually a good question. I don't know. I don't think so. Because if you're an Xbox Live Gold member, well, first of all, if you're an Xbox Live member, you should be Gold. You shouldn't be anything else but Gold. They shouldn't offer anything.
Right. I don't know anybody who has a silver membership.
Yeah, like just pay the Gold, right? And it's yearly subscription. I don't know if you need to be a Gold member per se. I will, but you definitely it's on top of the Live membership, so it's $10 a month. You have unlimited access to over 100 downloadable games, and it's different from PlayStation Now because you actually download these games. So it's not, you don't have to worry about an internet connection to actually play the game.
Right, you'll just have them locally and all that.
Yeah, but obviously if your subscription lapses, you will not have access to that game even though it's downloaded.
Right. So I mean, you do need a connection to talk to the server, I think, but you don't need to stream the games, which is nice.
Precisely. So I don't know how this is going to work long term. I don't know if this will succeed or not. This is not really for me. I'm not going to spend an extra $10 a month on this.
Right. Well, just like me, you like having the physical copies of all the games, and you like collecting them and having them, where this is kind of for the
new generation.
Right. This is for people who don't want to necessarily buy a bunch of games. They just want to, I want to play this game today. I want to play this game tomorrow. You can kind of jump in, jump out whenever you want.
Pretty much. Right. I will say I want to check out to see if they have Life is Strange. They start out with all their heavy hitters. They have Xbox 5. I mean, no, Xbox 5. Halo 5. They do have Halo 5.
Sure, they have a bunch of the Gears of War games on there. A lot of the first party titles.
You have Fable, Mad Max, BioShock Infinite, Saints Row, Mega Man Collection, WWE. So they got a lot of games in here, a lot of good games that I already own. That's another reason why I don't really want it. It's not for me because I already own them. I own most of these games.
Sure. I mean, I think it's a solid idea. Let's go ahead and round up all the games that are at least a couple years old and throw them into a bundle, and maybe they'll kind of rotate games in and out. Maybe they'll do that. Like here's 100 and some odd games that we have available for $10 a month.
Well, I will say this: Phil Spencer did say that he wants to sort of like preview games here. So maybe you get early access to Halo 6 on the Scorpio if you have this a week earlier. Or
adding another tier to the Xbox Live service.
Yes. In that case, I can wait. I can wait. I say that now, and I may really want to play, and I'll pay the $10.
Yeah. So they want people to pay $60 and then another $10 on top of that. Just to have the ability to have early access.
Not even. It's $60 for the year, but then it's $120. So it's for the
that's right. Because it's $10 a month to get in on that.
Yeah, so it's $180 a year you're paying.
Right.
Essentially.
Right. Oh boy.
So, here's the thing, and this is what I hate that all companies do. Once you sign up for the free trial, you must go in and cancel it, or it will charge your credit card.
Oh, of course. Yeah, they just no. Don't worry. We'll just re-up it for you. And then you forget. And then you look at your bill at the end of the year and you go, Why do I have a subscription service to like
That you don't use, that you use like once or twice a month when you want to preview early build of a game.
Yeah.
So, but I will say this: I want to know how EA feels about this because they have an EA access on. Oh, that's only on Xbox One.
Right.
It's not.
That's their Origin platform or something, I think.
Yeah, that's their platform where you can play EA games early, a week before it comes out. People were playing Mass Effect Andromeda a week before it came out. You had EA access for $5 a month, so it's half the price.
Interesting.
Which I heard the reason why I didn't get it, because I was going to get it. The reason why I didn't get it was because I heard it was really hard to cancel. You know what? And I'm going to put that as my gamer grief this year. This week. It's my gamer grief. It was hard to cancel that damn service.
Right.
I don't know if they fixed it, but I know people said that they tried to cancel it and they had to like try to cancel it like 10 times before it actually went through.
I don't think they're considering it a problem right now because they're making money off people. It may all come to a head when everyone's just like, oh, this is horrible, and they get constant calls every day. That's just that. How do I cancel? How do I cancel?
So, you know, I remember when it first came out like 2 years ago, it was like the big thing. Like it was hard to cancel it. Now we didn't have the show back then, but you know what? I'm bringing it now. It is a gamer grief. It's gamer grief of last year. It's a gamer grief of this year. It's always going to be a gamer grief. If I want to cancel the service, it should be easy. I'm sorry.
Of course.
It should be easy.
Of course.
So, all right. That was my little rant real quick. All right. Let's get into a game that this is the worst kept secret in the world.
Yeah.
we talked about this.
It's been leaked.
We got our first official look, or maybe unofficial, at Mario and the Rabbids crossover RPG art. It leaked. So no one has no one's speaking about it officially, but we've seen the artwork, and I gotta say, it's a little weird to see Mario with a laser blaster. It's a little weird to see Mario, Luigi, Peach, and Yoshi with guns.
It's weird to see a rabbit dressed up like Princess Peach
taking a selfie. Taking a selfie.
Yeah, it's you know.
I don't know. I mean, do we need this game? I mean, it's an RPG. It is a Mario RPG, so it's not really competing with Mario Odyssey in any way.
Well, I mean, it feels like a new Super Mario RPG, right?
It does.
Kind of, Squaresoft, or Nintendo went to Squaresoft, Squaresoft went to Nintendo and said, "Hey, we got an idea. Let's put Mario in an RPG. Here's the premise. An RPG crashes down into the Mushroom Kingdom and changes everything."
Well, Miyamoto wanted to experiment with Mario and RPG. He just didn't know how he wanted to approach it. And Square RPGs were more. They were mostly like a Japanese thing, right? And they wanted to come out to the West. They wanted to bring it out to the West, so they did a collaboration. That's how they did the collaboration with Nintendo for Super Mario RPG, which was a lot of fans' first. It was my first foray RPG, right? Because I was like, "What is this? This is weird. I don't know what this is. What kind of game is it?"
It worked out real well. I mean,
it did.
That game was regarded in very good light nowadays. So I'm willing to give this a shot for sure.
Well, I got to say, it's rumored to come out this year, but do we really need this right now? Like,
are you saying you want less games on the Switch?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying like, say Mario was coming out next year, right? Like it was like Mario Odyssey, and I hope this isn't true. Where Mario Odyssey wasn't coming out this year, then I can see having a Mario Rabbids crossover this year.
Yeah.
I don't want two Mario games.
It is a little bit weird with that. Yeah.
I don't want two Mario games this year because apparently this is rumored to be coming out in August, and then Mario Odyssey
right after that will be Odyssey.
Out, in October, November. So that's a little weird. It's just a little weird to me. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
And not to mention, this sort of confuses the market, right? Like if you're a parent who doesn't really know anything about games.
Yeah, I want that new Mario game, and then which Mario game?
And Mario Odyssey is sold out, but you see Mario Rabbids.
And you're like, oh yeah, sure.
The same thing. It's Mario, right? Mario with a gun.
Right.
So I think it sort of confuses the market a little bit. So if
Mm-hmm.
this, I would be fine if a Mario Odyssey. Well, here's my hope. I hope Mario Odyssey comes out this year,
Mm-hmm.
and then this is something that comes out in the spring of next year.
All right, spaced it out a little bit. Yeah.
Space it out a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't. Odyssey is the fall, 1,000% your system seller, and
Mm-hmm.
this is sort of like an after thing where it comes out
Mm-hmm.
next March, right? For the 1 year Switch anniversary or something
Sure.
like that. So, uh, it's still a little weird to me. I'm sorry. It's just it's a seeing Mario or Peach with blasters. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Whatever. All right. So let's stick with the Switch. Who said retail's dead, man? Because GameStop's still very much alive and going strong thanks to the Switch.
I don't know how strong they're doing, but all right, all right.
Well, if you get past the circle of life,
Uh-huh.
Games, listen, GameStop, their stock's gone up. They've got, it's because of the Switch.
Yeah.
Everyone, they're saying because of the sales of the Switch that GameStop, they pretty much reversed the streak of declined sales.
Mm-hmm.
Sales are really strong because people are not only coming to buy the Switch, but peripherals too, right?
Sure, sure. They need to get the Joy-Con. They need to get the carrying cases or whatever else.
Yeah, this is reported.
Pro
It's
controllers.
his first sales increase in 5 quarters.
Wow, look at that.
It's credited to strong sales to collectibles and new Nintendo Switch gaming console.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Collectibles probably including the amiibos too.
Yeah,
Like the amiibos are hot.
pretty much gains from the Nintendo Switch and collectibles offset weak video game demand and reverse the quarterly sales decline. Now, this is what I have to say. This is the reason why the collectibles are the reason why I think we'll never hit an all digital life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, a digital collectible is not really a collectible.
I know, but when I mean collectible, I mean figurine,
Sure,
right?
sure,
Like figurine, keychains, anything that's like a limited edition run.
Mm-hmm.
No pun intended. Limited run games. So there we go. Limited run games, right?
Uh-huh.
I guarantee you, when we hit that console where it's all like no, it's just hard drive, no
Right.
disk drive,
Right.
where you have to. I guarantee you, it'll be a disk drive sold separately if you want, and there'll be a limited print of certain games, and they're going to sell out all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just my theory. I'm just speculating. That's what's going to happen.
I don't think you're wrong. I do not think you're wrong whatsoever. But I mean, to play kind of devil's advocate with the rise of 3D printers that are out and the capability of things, do you think possibly that you'd be able to pay for a like a Link amiibo pattern, and then you could print it out at home with your own like 3D printer?
Man, that's like total recall. I think we're like 30 years away from that.
That may be a little bit in the future, but
we really will be in our 70s when that comes out.
I feel like people are trying to find ways to monetize. Like obviously the printer itself costs money and the materials cost money, but the way to monetize like patterns and whatever else and like downloadables through that, and you can print it out yourself.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
that would be awesome. Can you like 3D print like an actual like disc? Is that possible? Do you think?
Readable disc?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can print with some sort of material that would be able to be read by a laser. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm just saying, and it could be, then you know what? You could just 3D print your own disc.
Yeah. There you go.
That would be awesome.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's stick with the Switch. I'm talking about, rising stock, rising profits. They just announced that Monster Hunter will be coming out for the Switch. And
nice.
Everyone is going crazy over this in Japan. Actually, this would be a port of a Monster Hunter XX, which is Double Cross, I guess. It came out for the 3DS earlier this year, but it'll be coming out for the Switch later in the year. And people are going crazy for this. Listen, Nintendo and Capcom stock rose.
People love Monster Hunter. I mean, it is a highly regarded series.
I mean, after they announced this, the Nintendo stock hit a high, nearly 9-year high. That's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it's got Pokemon fervor. It's got that level of fervor among fans.
Yeah, but just listen, just wait. This is Monster Hunter, right? And Nintendo stock went through the roof. Imagine when Pokemon gets announced.
I know.
Because I mean, the Nintendo stock went through the roof just over Japan going crazy over this.
Right.
Wait till Pokemon, the world is gonna go bananas over a Pokemon Switch game, which it's not this year. This is a 2018 game, guaranteed.
Right. The Monster Hunter.
No, Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
I bet you Pokemon's a 2018 game. So, all right. Now, you know how we both feel about, video games being turned into movies and TV shows and stuff like that.
What is the latest news from Hollywood regarding video game movies? Because I feel like you got something queued up.
So Uncharted has been sort of like, they've been trying to make an Uncharted movie for like the last 5-6 years.
Oh, at least, yeah.
That is just national treasure with more guns. It is a Commando meets
pretty
national
much.
Treasure. Pretty much, they have Spider-Man cast as the new Nathan Drake. The
Spider-Man Homecoming Spider-Man.
Tom Holland. Isn't Tom Holland from England? He's not American,
probably,
right?
yeah. Probably.
He's not American, right? He's English.
Sure.
Another English actor taking an American role. But Spider-Man looks awesome, right?
It does, and he was great in the Avengers Infinity War. Or not Infinity War. Was it Infinity War? No, Civil War. Captain America Civil War. I'm sorry.
Civil War.
He was great in Civil War, Didn't have a huge role, but
he stole the show. He stole the show.
He did. He was great.
Everyone was happy to see him.
Right.
So Uncharted.
Sorry. He's not playing old Nathan Drake, is he?
Well, he's not playing grown man Nathan Drake. No, he's playing young Nathan Drake.
So
Uncharted is owned by Sony. They own IP, so this is a Sony product. Spider-Man is also owned by Sony. That's a Sony product. So Tom Holland, apparently, I guess studio executives at Sony saw, I guess, they when they saw Spider-Man, which is out later this year, they loved him and they thought immediately about having him play young Nathan Drake. Now, if you played Uncharted 3, a big chunk of Uncharted 3 is playing Nathan Drake, young Nathan Drake, when he meets Sully for the first time. And I think that's what they're going for, sort of like the prequel of Uncharted. Because look, you know how many actors were rumored to be playing Nathan Drake in the movie?
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. They wanted to have Marky Mark as Nathan Drake. No.
What do you mean? No. He's a great actor, though.
Yes. Not for Nathan Drake. No.
Who would you want to? Because I know you love the franchise. Who would you put in that role?
Old Harrison Ford. Young Harrison Ford. Yes.
I'm talking about now, like today, like viable actors acting today.
I would have to think about it. I don't know. I actually never.
Because you were very much against. You're like, no, do not put Marky Mark. Marky Mark, not the right. And sure.
No, listen. Mark Wahlbaum or whatever his name is. He's a good actor. He's just not right for this role.
Sure. I would say Chris Pratt from Guardian of the Galaxy. He can make a good Nathan Drake. He's got the look. He's got the comedy.
Yeah, I guess. Maybe I would put an unnamed actor.
Oh, somebody new. Yeah.
I would put an unnamed actor in this role, just like Harrison Ford was unnamed. He was a nobody when he did
Star Wars. Yeah,
when he did Star Wars. So I would make a star out of someone. How about that?
All right.
All right. Well, you're the one that put me onto this. I mean, I knew about this, but I didn't watch the trailer. But you showed me about the Netflix Castlevania animated series.
Oh yeah. This was announced about a month and a half ago, maybe. Now they have a trailer.
It's definitely like Japanese anime.
Yeah, it is. For some reason, I thought it was going to be live action, and I'm like, how? Why?
Because I think there was rumored to be live action.
Yeah. But they're doing it. They're doing it anime style. and I think it looks like it's based off Castlevania 3. Looks like you see Sypha and Grant and Alucard and good old Trevor Belmont.
It's a little graphic. It really
it is.
It's a little graphic.
Mm-hmm.
That actually looks pretty good. I still haven't binge watched Iron Fist yet. I haven't been, I haven't watched that yet. I actually haven't even seen. I have it in my DVR. Suicide Squad.
Oh, Suicide Squad. Yeah. Okay. All right.
So I still haven't seen that yet. Mm-hmm. I want to see that. So I got a lot of things to see before I even get to this.
Well, we got some time. We got a little bit of time.
We got a little bit of time. All right, so let's end with the news. Good thing for Sony.
Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna end with PlayStation facts and figures. Who would have guessed? Go ahead. Tell me how well Sony is doing. This is what I want to know.
Since you asked, Dave, Sony's doing real well. Sony's doing real well. 70 million monthly active users.
Hey, congrats.
That is insane. PlayStation Network now has 70 million monthly active users. That's crazy. Mm-hmm. And just as comparison, Microsoft announced in April that monthly active figures for Xbox Live across Xbox One and PC, not one platform, but two platforms, they're only 52 million.
I wonder what they're tracking for PC in that case. It's got to be games that are cross-play, because you'd have to be logged into Microsoft
your Xbox
service.
Live account.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
So it has to be cross-play.
Yeah.
So Sony's forecasting they're forecasting sales of 78 million PS4s by next March.
That's fantastic. I don't know what to say to this news. You're obviously only bringing it up because, hey, look at how good PlayStation is doing.
We talk about everything.
Xbox.
We talk about everything on this show. That's why.
You realize I've never once really brought up Xbox numbers.
That is not true.
Sort of comparison.
That is a lie.
In that fashion.
That is a lie.
Not as much as you have.
I know. You know what? One, we didn't do the show during the 360 days. Two, when Xbox One first came out, when Xbox One S came out and it beat PS4 in sales, you wanted to talk about it.
Look, it's
and you know what?
Going on that week.
And
so you can name one instance. I go back to every show. There's at least one PlayStation story about numbers. I can guarantee it.
That is not true.
I can guarantee it.
First. And second, I am objective. I ran with that story. I was, you know what? Xbox One this month, October.
That's
fine.
That's fine. Dan the Fanboy Robinson. There you go. That's your new nickname. Dan the Fanboy Robinson.
Very objective. I'm sorry.
As you're turning your PS Plus hat around backwards.
I'm very objective. Okay, I'm sorry. I just can't help it. I'm objective. Anyway, let's get into the convo of the week. E3 is about a week and a half from now, and let's come up with some predictions. So, I thought it'd be cool if we go show by show. We do Xbox show. We each have 5 predictions. We do the Sony show. We'll have 5 predictions. We do the Nintendo show. We have 5 predictions. And I thought we'd do like a wild card, like a random, just not just Sony, Nintendo, PlayStation related. We'll have just 3 random predictions for all the publishers or developers. Anything that we think can happen that has nothing to do with the actual PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo showcases, conferences, or directs.
Okay, so do you want to start with the best console out right now, the Xbox One?
Oh, you mean the Switch? Sure. We can start with Nintendo. No, let's go in order of conference. So Xbox will go first out of the major
because they're number one.
Because they need to go first. Because if they still want to be in our ears, in our hearts, and our minds after Sony goes.
So okay. So I'm gonna let you go with your 5 predictions. And then I'll tell you my 5 predictions. And
then you'll go first on Sony, and then I'll go. Okay,
that'll work.
Awesome. So, you know what? After E3, we're gonna come back and revisit and see how many of our predictions we got right. So some of this we'll have like one outlandish, prediction, but I think let's try to keep it in the realm of reality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So I'll go. I'll do all five. I think the Scorpio will have the FPS meter on a retail release. I think they'll have a display that you can like a cable box.
Toggle on and off.
You can toggle on and off. Yes.
Interesting.
It will be either on the box
mm-hmm.
or there would be something in the settings to where you can have it running at the top of the screen.
Mm-hmm. That would be, you don't know how much I would want that. That'd be fantastic.
So, I know we saw picked images of the dev kit,
mm-hmm.
of the Xbox, of the Scorpio dev kit, which had the FPS meter on it, which makes sense. It's a dev kit. I don't know how practical. I mean, Xbox hasn't been really good at, designing their consoles. Sony's been really good with design because Sony has a background in that. But I will say Microsoft, their software is superior because that's what they do best, right?
Right. Oh yeah. No, I mean their Xbox Live interface is superb.
So I think it's more realistic that they will have an FPS meter sort of maybe in the software, not on the hardware.
Mm-hmm.
But either or, it will somehow you will be able to track the FPS meter. It will be FPS meter.
Mm.
All right. I think they will have three new big IP trailers.
Interesting.
At least
like wholly new product.
Brand new games.
Mm-hmm.
Brand new games that we never heard of before because they need to. They can't bring out. I'm sure they'll have like maybe they'll. I don't know. I'm sure maybe they'll bring out some. Well, we heard that they won't be any Halo,
mm-hmm.
so I don't.
Could be a new Perfect Dark trailer, maybe a new Gears thing, something. But you're saying they need to have more than that. They gotta.
They will have games we never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
At least 3. I'm not saying they're going to be good. I'm just saying there would be 3 games we've never heard of before.
That's a solid prediction. Yeah.
All right. I think the Scorpio will not have the 1 in it. So it will be Xbox whatever, but it won't be Xbox One whatever.
Interesting.
So let's just say Elite, even though they already have an Xbox Elite.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox One Elite. It might be Xbox Elite, right? Because they already have an Xbox One Elite. They may just say which no one remembers.
Yeah, right.
So
that was the old bundle that came with the Elite controller.
It was the old bundle that came with the Elite controller, and it had a 1 terabyte hard drive in it,
mm-hmm.
which gave it a little bit of a performance boost as well.
Right.
You forgot about it.
I did. It was such a little bit of a footnote. Because right after that, I think the S came out, and then everyone was all about the Scorpio.
Well, no. The S didn't come out. The Elite came out right when the controller came out.
The controller came out, yeah.
Yeah. So they came out after that holiday. It came out in January, February.
Right.
Something like that. So no one remembers that. That was 2-3 years ago. But I remember it because I wanted to buy it. But whatever it's called, it will not be the 1. The brand Xbox One just has this negative connotation to it, right? Mm-hmm. So they will drop the 1.
Mm.
Speaking of the Elite controller, I think they will drop the price of the Elite controller to I think 120, 119, 109. Yeah, I think 110, 120. I think they have to drop the price of the Elite controller. It cannot stay at 150. Even though I know it's been on sale during the holiday season, I think it will go on sale and never go back up.
Yeah, so, I think that's a fair prediction. Yeah, I think that's a fair prediction. It would certainly sell
more Elite controllers.
A lot more Elite controllers. Yeah.
And lastly, the Scorpio, whatever it's called, will have VR support. It will have in specific VR support. I think it will support Oculus.
Really?
Yes.
Here's where me and you differ, but okay.
Only because, and I'll let you get all yours out. Only because when you buy an Oculus controller, they already have a relationship with Oculus, because when you buy an Oculus controller, you buy an Oculus, you have headset. You have I think it has support for or it comes with even an Xbox controller.
You can use the Xbox controller with it. Yeah.
So I think they already have a built-in relationship with the lawsuit, because now Facebook is countering. They're pretty much appealing their loss.
Right.
With that, the sort of VR lawsuit that just happened.
Right. Against them and Bethesda, which, we talked about a little bit ago.
Don't know how that's going to work. But I think they will have some VR support. I don't think there'll be a new VR headset. Maybe they'll do a HTC Vive support or Oculus support, but they will be VR. It will support VR. It will be powerful enough. It would be 20 teraflops.
Right. Well, hopefully.
So, all right. Give me your prediction.
Okay, those are bold predictions there. Obviously, Microsoft's going to go heavy on the Scorpio because that's coming out soonish. So they definitely want to get some more details out there. They want to showcase the box, how the system looks and all that. They're obviously gonna drop a price, and I'm saying it's going to be within $500 to $700.
Ooh.
That's my first prediction. Now, they may save that for the end of the show. That may be like their final bit. Do it like Apple does. Oh, and one more thing.
One more thing.
The Xbox
$399.
Yeah. I wish. I wish it was $400.
I tell you right now, if it's $399, I'm pre-ordering day one.
Of course. But considering how powerful it is, it's going to be a little bit pricey. I don't think they can go more than $700 without people throwing their arms up and being like, I don't want this. So there's that. I feel like there's going to be two different models. Not a bold, surprising prediction, but I feel like there's going to be two different storage.
Wait. Two different Scorpios?
Yeah, like two different models, like storage wise.
Okay.
They'll have like a 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte option.
All right.
Yeah,
I can see. Okay, I can see. I actually, yeah. All right. Yeah, that could be. I can see that. They won't have what you're saying. They definitely won't have a 500 gigabyte option.
I don't think they could at this point.
No.
Like it's just too small a storage. Yeah, I think like the one like TB is going to be the base level.
Okay, I can see that.
Gears of War 4 bundle for the holiday season.
Whoa.
Xbox One S with Gears 4.
No Gears 5? You don't think Gears 5 is coming out?
I don't. I think it's too soon. Like Gears 4 just came out last year, right?
It did.
Yeah.
It came out last October.
Yeah, last October. I think, and they've got massive support for it. There's map packs that are coming out like every couple of months, so they're still going strong with Gears 4. I think they're making money off it. I think they're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on Gears. Not gonna do any Halo Wars style spinoffs or anything like that. I think they're gonna like Gears War, Gears Sit. Maybe they'll have like an announcement about like Gears add-on or something. But yeah.
Okay.
I am saying that there's going to be no VR announcement. I don't think Microsoft
no partnership,
is
no mention of VR at all.
Well, I mean, possibly, but I feel like the processing power of the Scorpio is really what's going to determine if they can even do that. Which, I mean, obviously that's all been worked out behind the scenes. If they are going to do it, if they are going to announce it, we will hear this at E3 for sure. But I think, and this kind of ties into my last prediction, I feel like if you remember Microsoft's HoloLens, their augmented reality headset thing, I feel like we're going to hear something about that.
Okay.
Because there hasn't been any news since like 2013 or 2014. So if they're going to do anything, I feel like they tie it into the Scorpio.
I don't know about the HoloLens. Like practicality in using it in games.
It's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, it's not going to supplant the screen, but it would. Like, I think like the thing would be like, oh, you could have like a heads-up display that would appear in front of you, or like what they showed with their like teaser thing with like Minecraft is like you could kind of look around you and like toss a bomb at your feet, and like the bricks would appear on the floor as like a thing, and you could peer into the game world and whatnot. That's not really a practical example of what you could do with it, but I think like a heads-up visor for like Halo would be awesome. I think that'd be kind of neat. Like, it wouldn't be like a full-on reality headset. It wouldn't be a full-on screen. It would be in addition to whatever game you were playing, and they would have to build that into it.
Okay. I honestly, I think your first three predictions were, on point. Even though I don't know about the Gears of War 4 bundle. I mean, they already had a Gears of War 4 Xbox One S.
Right.
That was like sort of this super like blood red dark red console, which I thought looked horrible, um, honestly. But I can see them. I can see more of a Gears 5 announcement without it coming. It won't come out this year, I don't think, but it'd be sort of like a Gears 5 announcement.
Maybe.
I think it would be better off saying that.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I mean, they're certainly not killing the franchise anytime soon.
and I'll tell you why, just real quick, why I don't think HoloLens. They will do any mention of HoloLens, at least at the Xbox show. Maybe at a Microsoft thing, but not an Xbox. For this reason and this reason alone, they're putting out a new product, a new hardware.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't see. They want the focus to be on games and the new hardware and what the hardware can do. I don't know if they will announce anything for HoloLens. I think that's something down the line, because the demand for like a HoloLens for games is not really practical. Other than Minecraft, I don't really see where augmented reality, fits into playing games.
You're not thinking big picture. You're not thinking of all the possibilities that they could do with this.
I think at a Microsoft, Microsoft is going to have this is the season, right? This is the season. We're going to have E3, and then right after E3, Apple has their Apple event, and then Microsoft has their event.
Yep.
And Apple has their event in June.
Oh, that's right.
And then Microsoft has an event too. So right after. So I think Microsoft will probably save HoloLens to be, and if it does work with Xbox Scorpio, I think they would save that for their Microsoft event to be like, hey, and Phil Spencer is going to talk about HoloLens right now for Xbox Live.
Well, I think we can both agree, if they're going to announce anything, it's going to be during the summer.
Yes,
they're definitely not going to hold it anywhere past that.
No, listen, you're on point with the price, and I think you're definitely on point with the two models, which will determine the price. You can either get a 1 terabyte. Matter of fact, I'll take your prediction and give you one up. I think it will be either a 1 terabyte or a 3 terabyte.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
I don't think it'll be a 2 terabyte. I think it'll be a 1 or 3.
Right.
And I think a lot of the software is going to take up. I think a lot of the software is going to eat up a chunk of that.
Well, sure. It's all about the game downloads. That's like every game is a good couple of gigs.
Yeah. So I think the high end SKU would be with the 3 gigabyte one, and that'll definitely be like $700-800. And then you can just get a regular SKU for 1 terabyte. So, all right, you want to go first with PlayStation?
Yeah, I'll take it. Now, I'm going to go ahead and flip, where I don't think Xbox is going to be crazy with a VR headset integration. Sony, heavy on the VR. Not surprising. Big VR push. And they're going to have this big showcase trailer for a bunch of new VR games coming out. I can guarantee that's going to be in there.
That will be a change from last year.
Because
remember, the PlayStation VR came out. So they came out last year in September, right? It was September, and they said nothing about VR at the E3 event.
That's right. They kind of, I think they saved it for their own showcase, right? The Sony experience.
Yeah, but then at that point, the VR headset was already out.
Well, right. It was kind of just like getting people excited, I guess. They're out now. Buy them. Here's all the cool stuff you can play in it.
Yeah.
I'm also going to predict that there's going to be a Gran Turismo for virtual reality.
Ooh.
Gran Turismo 6 it's been dormant. The Gran Turismo series has been dormant for a while. Gran Turismo 6 came out 2013 maybe?
Yeah.
It's been a little bit. VR is their big thing. They don't have a AAA racing title, if I'm not mistaken, for VR yet. I think this would be a good candidate.
Didn't they have a driving game that was in VR? Was it? It wasn't Gran Turismo.
Was it been like Drive Club or something?
Yeah, no, it was Drive Club.
Yeah.
It was Drive Club VR.
Yeah, which is cool and all, and I hear it's a good experience. But Gran Turismo with their tons of tracks and their like beautiful visuals and all the cars, like who wouldn't want to be like driving around checking the interior of your like Lamborghini, riding down the California coast, like I'd be all about it. I don't necessarily know if that's going to be a thing because Gran Turismo does take forever to come out. It requires a lot of horsepower. It just may not. It may not be in the cards, but I feel like we're going to hear something.
Okay. All right. And you're starting off with 2 VR predictions.
Whoa. Sony is banking on their VR. I mean, the headset, you can get it now, but I mean, it was sold out for a while.
It was hard to get, and the demand, the supply couldn't keep up with the demand.
Right.
Sort of like Switch.
Mm-hmm.
But at a small level than Switch. Switch are much, much, much higher level.
Right.
All right.
It's going to be a PS4,
prediction number 3.
PS4 Pro price drop.
That's a safe prediction.
I
agree with that. I definitely
$50. Usually that's how they do it. Knock it down $50. Get ready for the holiday season. Probably not out. Price drop will come like November or whatever it is.
They definitely want to price it to compete with the Scorpio, right? So they'll drop it $50. The Scorpio, well, we believe will be at least 500, right? So
it's going to be in a really good spot. You can get this system over here, or you can get this PS4 Pro for $150, $200 cheaper. It's got 4K upscaling, 4K streaming.
And we know that's not the same thing, but the average consumer, I mean, we both did retail. The average consumer doesn't know, they don't really care. It looks good, right? And I get the same thing, and this one is only $350 compared to this $500 one. I'd rather get this one, right?
Yeah,
so,
agreed.
So that would be smart on Sony, actually. So I definitely agree with. I agree with that. I don't know about the Gran Turismo VR, but I definitely think they may mention VR. I don't know how big they'll go, but there is a rumor.
Stretch. Yeah.
It is a little bit stretched, but there is a rumor that there's a big new IP that Sony's working on for VR. It's rumored to be at E3, so I definitely agree that they will mention. They definitely will mention VR. Not. It won't be like last year. Like you didn't hear a peep about it.
Yeah, no. They're gonna make it. I would probably say a third to possibly a half of their conference is going to be VR related.
Wow!
I would say that, and that's not necessarily one of my 5 bullet point predictions, but I feel like at least a third, will be VR.
All right.
What I will say about the conference as a whole, and I'm saying this partially because
as an Xbox fanboy.
No. I'm saying this partially because of what Phil Spencer said a couple weeks ago about them saying that, story in games isn't as important as the multiplayer experience. I feel like Sony is going to take that to heart, and the through line throughout their whole conference is going to be story, stories matter, and we creating engaging games.
Okay, well, I think just in general, the fact that most of their games have big story base, plot lines. I think that's just a given.
Yeah. I mean, it's not surprising, but I feel like they're going to hammer it home. Because Xbox is going to go in one direction, and I think Sony's going to go in another direction. And then finally, in a surprise turn of events, the Order 1887 announcement.
You know what? No. They are
the Order 1887. Trust me. You were gonna flip your lid. You're gonna flip your lid.
I am. I would too, but no.
Exclusively on PS4.
Well, no. How about this?
Think about it. How funny would that be?
I would flip my lid if they did the Order 1887. You can play it on your PS4 Pro in 4K. You can play it on your Vita.
Oh,
you
the
can play it on VR. Sure. You can play it in VR. That would be funny. I think that's your outlandish pick for any of your predictions. Sure, I think that's your most outlandish pick.
I don't actually think they're going to do that, but
you know what? That would be funny if they did. If you did, and I would look at you like you got it right.
I know. I do. It's a check mark in the win column for Dave.
All right, so let's get into my PlayStation predictions. I predict that God of War will be released in the fall of 2017. There's a lot of back and forth. Will this be a game released this year, next year? I know there was a rumor because somebody said something somewhere. I didn't really follow that rumor. I don't like to really follow rumors a lot. That it was coming this year, but then Sony backtracked and said no. It's just it's still in development. So I think that will be Sony's big exclusive this holiday season. I think Spider-Man will actually get a release date of fall next year. Now, will it get delayed? That's totally possible, but I think that Sony's banking on that being a game next year.
I could get down with that.
Days Gone. They ended the conference last year with Days Gone. Sony Ben has been working on this for a long time. This game has been in development for a long time. Just hordes of zombies, and you're in Portland, Oregon. You're the zombie apocalypse. I guess you're a biker guy, and the bike will play a role in just traveling around the world, traveling around the map. I think this game is super. It's rumored to come out this year. I think this is a spring 2018 game, and you'll get. We didn't really get a story trailer last year or at all. We just sort of got gameplay of fighting hordes of zombies coming at you. Right. I think we will get a story trailer at E3, and this will be released right alongside Far Cry 5.
It's gonna be a packed post holiday if this is all.
Yeah, this will be a February game. I think we will get no mention at all of Death Stranding.
Oh, I 100% agree with you here. Yeah.
Kojima will not be there, and if he will be there, he will be in the audience. He will not be on stage.
Right.
We will get no new trailers. Just shut up about this game. This is a 2020 game, obviously.
Right.
So I don't want to see anything. I don't want to hear anything.
There's a very slim chance 2019, but yeah, probably 2020.
Yeah. So this game will not. This is not a game that will be released and be mentioned at all. And I think they're gonna drop the mic. I think PlayStation is gonna drop the mic with an announcement of PlayStation 5 coming in 2018, and you'll get more details at PSX in December.
Oh, no. Here's where you're wrong.
This is where I'm right.
No, I definitely can't sign off on that.
Yes. There's already rumors that Sony's planning to release PlayStation 5 and the counter the Xbox Scorpio in 2018. And I think we're not going to get any detail. I think it'd be exactly what Xbox did last year when they teased the Scorpio for this year. Right. I think PlayStation is going to tease at the end of their conference. You're not going to see anything. You're not going to see what the console looks like. You're not going to get any specs.
They're just gonna tease it out.
PlayStation 5, 2018, and they'll come out and say more details at PSX. And that's how they end the show.
It's a bold prediction.
Well, I don't think it's as bold as the Order 1887 coming out.
well, one of those or none of those will be a reality.
Well, actually, one of us has to be right about the VR and Xbox because I said they will talk about VR.
Well, you're right. You're right.
So one of us will be wrong.
100%.
Dave will be wrong. So I'm gonna go first when it comes to the Nintendo Direct. And I'm coming out the gate swinging. There will be mention. I don't know when it's going to be released, but there will be mention of a 2D Metroid game on 3DS and the Switch.
Oh, sure. I think that's a solid prediction.
So, I don't say it's coming out this year. Nintendo still has two teams. They have their console team and they have their handheld team.
They do.
The 3DS they still support. There's still new games coming out for it. They have a new hardware, the new 2DS, which I pre-ordered at GameStop because you can't pre-order it on Amazon. It's sold out. And GameStop was happy to take my pre-order. The one time, would you like to pre-order anything? And I said, yes, I do. And funny enough, I think when the Metroid 2D Metroid will be announced, I will probably buy it for the 3DS. because that will be the one that's collectible in 10 years.
Yeah.
Because everyone's like, remember that 2D Metroid that came out? Everyone bought it for the Switch.
Right. You want to get that. You want to get that limited edition 3DS one.
Yeah. So, all right. Next prediction. I think there will be one big new IP announced.
Something like an ARMS.
Something like an ARMS. Something like a Splatoon. When Splatoon was first announced, we were like, "What?" Sure. And I think they will announce at least one. I don't know if they're going to go crazy with a bunch, but I think we'll have at least one new IP that we never heard of before. Something totally brand new concept. I won't say concept, but just a brand new game.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I think we'll get next prediction. I think we'll get a Mario Odyssey themed Switch, which I think pre-orders will be live the next day, and it will be sold out. It'll be sold out immediately.
That is a guarantee. Whatever they announce, it's going to be like completely sold out.
If it's not here's a caveat. I got to put a little caveat, put a little dash. If it's not a actual themed Switch, it will be a themed like Joy-Cons, because I don't think they'll theme a Switch, but I think they'll theme a Joy-Con to Mario. It'll be a Mario themed Joy-Con. Prediction 4. I think there will be no talk, zero talk, none, zero, nada of the SNES Mini. This is not a thing. This is not a thing that's real. I hope.
Very fake news.
I hope not. This is very fake news. Alternative facts.
Hope not?
I think.
Oh, you hope that it's not. You hope that they do announce it.
I hope that they don't announce it and it's not real. I don't want to have to go chasing for this too. I don't have to go
whatever.
I don't have to go chasing for this too.
Come on. How much more satisfied are you now that we both own NES Mini?
Well, I like how you say we both. I was satisfied when I had it.
Well, I'm satisfied now that I have one. So, and it makes it that much better, right? Because you can't just go to the store and buy it.
I have the Japanese one and the American one.
You do, and you love them. They're a big part of your collection.
I do, and I don't want there to be a SNES one. I don't.
Well, okay. Now, I mean, if they do happen to announce it,
I would have to buy it.
Well, no, of course, but do you think they're not going to do the same thing they did before? They're going to know the demand is going to be high, and they're going to meet the demand. They're going to look at the numbers and go, let's not do what we did before, because that got them a lot of bad press. And
you really think Nintendo is thinking that? I think they love this. I think they'd love to put out limited editions.
They lost out on so much money.
I think they love doing it. It keeps the hype going for them, right? It keeps the hype.
I don't know. I maybe. All
right. So then my fifth prediction, fifth and last one. I think when they will announce, the rest of the DLC pack for Zelda Breath of the Wild, to commemorate that, they will come out with Zelda themed Joy-Cons.
Interesting.
To keep the whole Zelda thing alive for the rest of the year. So it'll be Zelda Mario in the holiday season.
Interesting.
So, yeah, you know what? I take back my... again, I don't think it would be a Mario-themed Switch. It would be Mario-themed Joy-Cons to go along with the release of Galaxy. And I think...
Or Odyssey.
And I think it'll be Zelda-themed, Breath of the Wild-themed Joy-Cons to be released with the DLC pack.
So you don't think they're going to do a whole Mario bundle? That's a whole entire skin and the game with it?
Not skin. I think they can do a Mario. They could probably do a Mario bundle with the Mario themed Joy-Cons inside the box. Yes, but not the dock and the actual Switch.
Oh well, sure.
I think
just the little cons. Yeah,
it'll be like a Mario bundle with the game, the Mario themed Joy-Cons, and then you can buy the Mario themed Joy-Cons separately. They'll make a killing off of that.
Okay, so, I'm with you. All right.
So it's all about those Joy-Cons, baby.
I think we were on the same wavelength with a lot of these, honestly, because I also predicted a new Metroid game, or it's either going to be a new Metroid, and I'm thinking to take advantage of the Switch, it'll be a Metroid Prime 3D style game, really big on graphics, just kind of push it to the limit. If not a Metroid Prime game, Pokemon for both of these 2018.
Oh yeah.
I
I
think
can definitely see that.
I think they're gonna have to bring out something new in one of
The
their old
heavy hitters.
franchises, and I feel like it's gonna be one of those two games.
I 1000% agree
Mm-hmm.
that Pokemon and 2018 will be the year of Pokemon and Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
I can almost guarantee that. You're on point with that
Okay.
one. I give you that.
I believe they're going to do a holiday bundle with a Switch and Breath of the Wild. Because
Okay.
they don't have any bundle yet, and everyone's buying the game anyway. Why not make a tantalizing bundle?
The game outsold the system.
The game outsold the system somehow, somewhere. Everybody pre-ordered it and go, well, now I can't get a system. What do I do?
The attach rate is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's over 100%.
Yeah, 150% attach rate on Zelda Breath of the Wild. You know what? You don't think just to sort of attach our predictions together,
Mm-hmm.
a Zelda bundle with the Zelda themed Joy-Cons included.
Oh, it certainly could. $400 or whatever it is. You get the game. You get the special Joy-Cons with it. Sure.
Okay,
I could see
like that. Okay.
Now I know they did announce Splatoon Joy-Cons coming out, like the pink and the green one, I think. But I feel like they're going to announce some other color combinations that are
Well, they have the
coming.
yellow. They have the yellow for arms,
They do have the yellow one for arms.
which is the pre-orders are sold out.
Right.
Well, I know on Amazon, not on GameStop. I don't know
like
yet.
if they don't do, and I guess this kind of ties into the Mario thing. Like if they don't do like a specific Mario skin for their Joy-Con, they're going to do Mario colors. So maybe there'll be a red and a blue one, just straight up, and that would be the Mario one. Or
Okay.
maybe they'll do a full-on skin where there's like Mario on there and whatever else.
All right. I can dig that. I can see that.
Not surprising, but they're probably going to announce new amiibo, specifically Mario Odyssey amiibo. That'll
You think
work
they're gonna
with the game.
You think they're gonna have a full size like human with Mario amiibo being like to that person's knees because he's like so small in the game?
Maybe. I mean, I feel like they're going to do Mario and Bowser and Peach and all that. Like
They'll do the hat, the flying hat.
the flying hat, sure. Do the flying hat as one, sure. That's almost a guarantee. Almost a guarantee.
I could get with that one. Okay.
And because I think they said that it was going to be launching in the summertime. Anyway, I feel like the online portion of the Switch and the Virtual Console, where you can download all the old Nintendo games, will have a launch date.
Okay. Well,
They'll have a firm launch date.
That's a safe. I think that's a safe
Sure.
prediction.
But I mean,
they have to. They
Right.
just have to.
Right. Because I mean, they said it was coming. There's a lot of new features that are coming with it, so they'll probably do like here's what's upcoming for the Switch, and they should have a firm launch date.
Okay. I did that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you want to take us into our random predictions?
Sure. I can go ahead and kick
Three
it off.
random predictions.
We both kind of rolled up 3. So my first prediction: Ubisoft come out hard out of the gate. They will confirm the Egyptian-themed Assassin's Creed with trailer.
Okay.
They will debut that. That may even kick off their conference. Their like little bit, right? Because they have a whole thing, don't they?
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
Ubisoft is a big thing.
Sometimes they have their dance kick off the conference.
Maybe, yeah, it could be. I think Konami is going to announce more details about their Metal Gear Survive. Because Konami's Konami, and they're stubborn like that, and they're like, we're going to continue the Metal Gear franchise, and people are going to like it.
Do you think this is a game that's going to come out this year?
Metal Gear Survive, sure. I feel like they'll rush it out and have it by November. Feel like it's not going to do well. It's going to be weird.
Well, what if we find out that Kojima was behind this one before he left? Right?
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, I mean, if people find out that Kojima was behind this, will people buy it? And 2, what if Kojima was like, all right, I'm out of here, so I'm going to leave them with an idea that sucks.
Well, I feel like if anything, I don't think it's any of those two scenarios. I think I think maybe they were in like the idea phase of a new Metal Gear, or they had some stuff that was kind of kicking around. They're like, let's do this. No matter what, Konami as the company is going to get their hands in it. They're going to mess the vision up. It's not going to be good. I don't think it's going to be good.
Okay.
My third prediction is Activision to show off Call of Duty gameplay and unique features of the game to get people hyped.
World War II?
World War II.
World II?
World War II. Yep.
Oh, that's but we know we're gonna get like a story trailer and more gameplay.
Sure.
Come on.
Sure.
Yeah. I mean, that's we know we're gonna get that already.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'd take you one better. Do you think the next Call of Duty after this one will stay in the old World War II setting, or do we go back to the future?
I don't necessarily know if it's going to be the future, but they're not going to do World War II again.
Remember, another studio, their time is next. They're up next year, right?
Well, sure. But I mean, like they kind of plan all these out, right? This one's going to be this theme. This one's going to be this theme. So I don't know if they're necessarily going to jump back to the future. But they could maybe do Vietnam. They could do modern day. I feel like they're going to if the World War II thing does really well, I think they're going to switch up the themes every year, so it's not always in that particular genre.
Wait, what did you say?
Switch?
You said switch.
I switch it up, baby. They're going to switch it up.
All right. So let me get into my three randos.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm going out on a limb. Ubisoft, as Dave calls it, because I say Ubisoft, will announce Far Cry 5 for the Switch.
Oh, boy.
To be released at a later date than the PS4 and Xbox One.
If it is, it would definitely be way after.
I think it'll come out for the Switch sort of like in this maybe in the summer or a couple of months later. It will not come with, and that's I'm going out there. I'm going all the way out there on the limb. I don't think it won't come out in February. It definitely come out a couple of months later. But Far Cry 5 to the Switch, they're working on a port right now as we speak.
Well, to that prediction, Ubisoft is the company to pick to port one of their games over because them and Nintendo have a great relationship.
Yes. Unfortunately, and this brings me to my next prediction, that's probably not out on a limb. Ubisoft conference will be awkward like always.
They think they're going to bring out Aisha Tyler again and
they're going to do a dance intro that no one's going to understand. It would just be awkward. It will be awkward as always. And the last prediction, Sega Forever. We've heard about this. I think this will be announced, and this will be a virtual console on the Switch, PlayStation 4, Xbox, and iOS, where you could play all your favorite. It'll be just like Xbox, their Xbox Pass. What's it called? Xbox Game Pass. It'll be like a Sega Game Pass.
Sure.
And it'll be cross save. So if you're playing on your iPad, it'll be cross save to the cloud where you can play it again on your PS4 or
man,
Switch.
So about this. If they announce it, I'm signing up day one.
So I think we've seen the Sega Forever. They have coined the trademark Sega Forever. They have all the social media. Sega Forever. We have not announced it. They're, guys like RGT on YouTube have found RG85. Big shout out to him. He found out that right now, if you're in Korea, you can play
Philippines.
Philippines, you can play a game. Really, I thought it was Korea. It was
maybe it was somewhere in Southeast Asia. I forget the game. They had some retro game they put out in their store.
Comic Zone. It was Comic Zone.
Right.
It was Comic Zone, and one of the options is like a paid option for forever. So we're I think it's a virtual console somewhere. Well, it's definitely on iOS because he bought it on iTunes.
Right.
So I think it's on iOS. It would be awesome if this was like a Switch exclusive. Can you imagine?
I know.
Playing console,
Streets of Rage on the go and Golden Axe and Sonic. Forget it.
Yeah, that would be awesome. So all right. So those are our E3 predictions. After E3, we will come back and we will see how wrong Dave was and how right I was about everything. You're gonna
eat your words, baby. You're gonna be like, I can't believe there's a new Order 1887 coming out. I can't believe you were right.
You know what? I would be shocked.
And very happy.
You know what? I'll be shocked for two things. I'll be shocked if there's an Order 1887, and I'll be shocked if Sony mentions the word Vita one time.
Oh God, right.
One time. So, all right. So those are our predictions. And we'll come back and we'll see how wrong or right we were.
Yeah. So that wraps it up. Yeah, that's episode 75 in the books. I want to thank you guys for sticking with us. We had a bit of a long show today. We went over a lot of good stuff on our E3 predictions. So, look forward to how wrong Danny's going to be in the I guess 2 episodes from now, right? And that'll be when E3 is over.
Well, they'll be next 2 episodes.
Next 2 episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
So
episode 77.
Episode 77. All right, so we want to thank you guys for listening, for being a fan, sticking with us. You can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google Plus at Rated G for Gamers. You can email us at ratedgforgamers@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. So please like, listen, subscribe, and
as always, keep gaming.